Hey, how's it going, everybody? Lorian here with another Lord's Mobile video. Today, I'm going to talk about overall account growth, getting to T4, what your priorities should be, in my opinion, and the benefits. Okay. Now, we can get into the weeds pretty deep when it comes to the proper build path and how to get there the quickest. So I'm not going to uh, I'm not going to dwell on the nickel and dime stuff. Okay, there are some ways that are better than others if you really drill down the math. But I'm not going to get into the stuff that I think is negligible. Okay, uh, but I am going to address a few things like rushing Castle 25. You'll see a lot of mixed information out there about, oh, don't rush Castle 25, not worth. Just get your work on your research. Okay, but if you rush Castle 25, you're eligible for 30 helps. 30 helps. One help is 1% reduction on your construction or research. Okay, so why wouldn't you want 30% reduction on your research as soon as possible? Right? It's a no brainer. So I'm not sure why people say, I shouldn't have rushed my castle. I should just built evenly or worked on my research. When in reality, 30% reduction on your construction and 30% reduction on your research in a single building is so worth. Okay, so castle is important. The other thing that's important is your actual academy building. When you level it up, you're gonna get research speed percentage. So obviously, that's very important to have. You want to max that out. The workshop often gets overlooked. Okay, and in the workshop, it's these down here. At 17, you unlock the second accessory slot. At 25, you unlock the third accessory slot. What are the accessories? Well, it's these guys right here. Right, this is the accessory. And why is that important? Well, look at this. It's the lunar flute for 26%. So you, by default, you only get one. Okay, so that's the one at 26%. For sake of argument, we'll say it's 25 for the simple math. When you unlock all three accessory slots, that's 75%. Or if we did the math, it's three more. So 78% research speed. So why wouldn't you rush the workshop to 25 if that enables you to get more research speed? Okay, so when people say, oh, don't use your speed ups on buildings, yes, you don't want to use your speed ups on buildings that don't help your research, but you should absolutely spend your speed ups to increase your academy, increase your workshop, and increase your castle, because those three buildings help you get more research speed. Okay, or reduction on what you're currently researching. The other building, last building, is the treasure trove. The quicker you get the treasure trove up, and the quicker you can start the 30-day investment, the quicker you can get your gems back, and it pays itself back. So of course, that's worth. Okay. The other thing with buildings is your resources. Now, these are worth rushing to 25 if you intend to trade resources for speed ups. Okay, then yes, rush them. It's worth it if you're going to trade them for speed ups. It's about you can find somebody that's willing to take 30 to 40 million of a specific resource to trade for 124-hour speed up. There's always somebody willing to do that. You just gotta make friends and ask and talk to people, and somebody's usually willing for that to do that, especially the warring guilds. Okay, so in that instance, yeah, spending your speed ups to rush the construction on these buildings would help. If you're not going to trade them, then it's not as worth. Okay, the other issue being that you need a ton of resources, a ton of gold, and everything else to get through the military research tree, getting to your army 10 out of 10s. Okay, so in terms of using your speed ups, that's really it. That's all I got for for tips on using speed ups. You would ideally, for the sake of this argument, I wouldn't do the resource buildings. I would rush my castle. I'd rush my workshop. I'd rush my academy, and then I would be farming like crazy to get my trinkets done, my research. Yeah, the lunar flute's done, and I'll be working to get my. Where's the gloves? My vice grip's done. There's an easier way to do this. Yeah, vice grip's done, and get your cavalry mail done. Okay, that's all your research, and this is all effort categories. These are all free to play. You should have these to gold. If you're serious about rushing T4 and getting your T4 as quickly as possible, this doesn't take a long time to get. You just have to keep being consistent with sending out your gathering troops to get the items required to build those. So in that instance, right, the more troops you can send out, the faster you can gather. And the faster you can gather, the faster you can get these items built, which Castle also helps you with, right? Because you can send out larger marches, more marches. So speeding up troops could be beneficial to you if you're going to send out a lot of troops, a lot of marches to gather so that you can get to your gear faster, which will increase your overall research speed. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. So there's a lot of ways to get there. Okay. So your gear, your research gear is important. These are those are the buildings that we talked about that help you get there. And then lastly, they added in familiars, but I think familiars actually cost more time than they're worth in terms of the bonuses that they give you. The research speed bonuses. The last thing that, there's two more things you can do to help you with your research. There is a research, it's just like construction reduced time. There is a research one, and I don't have any of them right now, but I think it's 10%. There might be a 20. I'm pretty sure there's a 20 as well. I haven't used it since I did Army 10 out of 10s a long time ago. But that helps if you're going to do a big research. Getting the title from the Overlord helps if you can get it. Just, there's no harm in asking. Just send them a mail and ask, I'm about to start a T4 research. Can you please give me the title? And then start your research and get it done. And then lastly, heroes. Certain heroes give you a research boost as well. Okay. This doesn't mean, in my opinion, if you're building up, you need Trickster. It's good for monster hunting too, but then it becomes, okay, do I spend my gems on Bravehearts to max out Trickster as fast as possible so I can get that 25%? When you do the math, it actually costs more gems leveling him up, but it's always going to be in effect, so it pays it back. That 25% savings you're going to get on all research moving forward is going to pay you back and then some. So in my opinion, very worth. But if you invest in the champion, right, with the Bravehearts to get him maxed out, then obviously that's gems that are taken away from you doing your research. Okay. In terms of research efficiency, I would only speed up a research after you get full helps. There's no reason to just hold on to your speed ups and not use them. You should be using them once you get max helps, because you're trying to get to the 10 out of 10 armies. You're trying to get to the T4. So there's zero reason to be holding on to them. Every research you finish gets you there quicker. Some people like to hold on to the research, and do it on watcher events, which is fine. It does help, right? And it's a good way to get through your watcher medals. But there are a lot of researches that you can do later in the game too that'll help you get to your watcher. So it's not like you made a mistake if you don't go that route. The other thing you can do, it's not really reliable, but if you focused on Colosseum, again, this is negligible to me. If you focus on Colosseum, you got more gems, blah, blah, blah. You're going to get more gems, and, then maybe it'll even out, but it's negligible either way. Either it can help you, but how much does it help you, and how much do you have to spend to reset Colosseum? to get there. It's not worth enough that I would make a big deal about it. Okay. So in terms of research, that's really all there is to it. There's no other, secret tips or ways to get there quicker. Just those few that I mentioned. Other than that, it's about how much you want to spend and what packs you want to buy, and you can always check out my other video on what packs to buy. But that's the focus of getting your T4 and getting through your research. Just remember that there are buildings that should be rushed to help you with the research, and we talked about that at the beginning. Because there's a lot of videos out there that say don't spend any of your speed ups on construction, and that's not necessarily true. There are more paths to T4 than just one path. I could argue that if you're really good at talking to people and you rushed all of your research, you could beat somebody else that's semi pay to play there by just trading away resources every day. 40 million trading for a 24-hour speed up. Like that's and you could beat the other person there. So again, it just depends on how you want to get there, how you want to build. But that's all I got for today. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment in the section below, and I'll get back to you. I'd appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate any subs and likes. And you guys have a great day. See you later. Peace.